channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build today. And so today is definitely going to be a really great day, just because I'm excited to say that I'm officially done with my junior year of university. And I have to say, to celebrate that, that lovely stress fest that is officially over, I decided to go ahead and actually build a base game only family home in, I believe it's actually Newcrest on a 20 by 15 lot, and I honestly am so happy that I did, well, not Newcrest, it's Willow Creek, literally right in the same area of the Pancakes house. I am slow. Anyway, I just feel like that I have not done a base game only build in literally 50 years, and so I felt like it was actually the right time to do one because summer is coming, new content is coming hopefully this summer at EA Play this year, and personally I know a lot of you guys do not actually have all the packs like I do, and I want to provide you guys some more base game builds for your own gameplay and furnish however you want to do. And so I am actually starting a save file. I've talked about this a lot of times, you're probably annoyed by it, but for this specific reason, every single world, like so Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, and Newcrest, I will actually only do base game builds. So those three worlds that came with the base game, aside from the patch update with Newcrest, I will only do base game builds for those entire worlds and no other packs, because I feel like everyone doesn't have every pack, and every pack or every expansion pack kind of has a brand new world, and I feel like with every pack that we got, I feel like I can just add on a new pack. So like Magnolia Promenade or Promenade, and also the Get to Work working lots, I'll only do base game and Get to Work, but furnish it in my own particular way, just because I feel like I want to challenge myself to do something better and something different, but really challenge myself by restricting packs, because I have a tendency of actually overusing every single little item. Like even if it's like one item from one pack, I use it, and I have a bad habit of doing that, so I should probably stop doing that and really focus on, limiting myself. And my friend Kayla, Little Simsy, you all know her, you all love her. She is a very talented builder. I have like literally a huge inspiration for her building. Like her building style is awesome, and the way she like limits her packs when she builds, but also like limits herself with like no custom content for Sims, and gives them a story and gives them a sense of a unique idea that could be played for generations and generations and never get bored with it. And I, for one, love that, because I love storytelling so much to the point where I feel like that I could literally have one household with 5 generations. And, it's not necessary to have 5 generations for one household, even though you can only play with two generations. So I did a thing like 2 months ago. I made a household that was 5 generations deep. I had to kill 3 of the generations. I don't know why I did that. I just felt like, well, I know why I did it. I wanted to do it because the sake of the story that I had in mind for them. I haven't built their house yet, and I want to tell it in the right particular way where I write it down and like tell you guys, because this household has to be one of the most complex households I've ever created in my entire life, besides, the Deluso household that I made like 2 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago. And like that family and like this family right now is like literally insane. And personally, I hope you guys are ready for their house, but also like the Sims that I created for, that generation. So either way, for this specific house, it actually has 2 bedrooms and 2, wait, yeah, no, yeah, wait, no, yeah, so it has 2 bathrooms, no, 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So, and it's fit for like a married couple or a single parent with their toddler, and that's pretty much it. You can eventually end up putting, more things into this house if you want to add a pet. You can also, change one of the bathrooms into a laundry room. And the smallest bathroom that you can change into a laundry room is right near the entrance, like right there. And you can turn that into a laundry room if you want to. It's the perfect size for, washing your clothes, like washing you and your clothes, like that type of vibe right there in the bathtub on a Sunday morning when you're just like, out of it like I am every day. So that's like kind of like the general idea of what I had for this house, a single parent, but I actually built this on stream like a couple of weeks ago, last week. And it was so much fun that you guys actually came up with the idea of giving this household a single parent vibe, but along with a, a single parent family household, like a single father or a single mother. Haven't determined that yet, but you guys said a single parent with their toddler, but along with a significant other to go along with this household that moved in with them to help along the way, but they are not married. And I thought that was like a perfect idea by giving this sim part of the freelancer career or either one of the base game careers that came with the base game, because I feel like it will be appropriate to like, Little Kriego with the Springs and like Newcrest, all base game careers, and then like, I don't know, maybe because we technically didn't get a world for Get to Work besides Sixum, but I feel like I might give one of the households in maybe Oasis Springs or one of the other worlds a Get to Work career, just for the sake of like, it'd be kind of cool to see something like that in a base game world. But you guys can decide if I should, give them base game careers or non-base game careers based off like where they live, because I feel like it could be interesting. And if you guys have any suggestions on what type of builds I should do next for my save file, I actually have a couple of ideas already written down from like the past polls I've done on Instagram and Twitter and my YouTube community tab, and I have them written all down in like my calendar, my notebook, and I finally have time to like sit down and record every single request that you guys wanted me to do, like Sims 2 builds, Sims 2 videos, like around like current household videos from The Sims 2, and like all these different things. And I'm working on a Let's Build series for The Sims 2. I am actually building an apartment complex, I would say modern apartment complex, more like it's kind of like a modern apartment complex type of build, or a duplex. One of those two, I have like those wrapped in my mind, but I'm also doing a Let's Build series for The Sims 4 as a suburban house for to start off with. And then if I'm hoping it's going to be University this summer for EA Play when they're going to announce it, I want to probably like start building like little tiny homes or little community trailer small homes for like university students, where like they could rent these houses for like their semesters while they're studying. And I feel like that's a kind of a cool idea to put in Newcrest, or either actually Newcrest, because I feel like with university, if we ever end up getting it and they announce it, I feel like that this could be a really good idea where your Sims could live anywhere in like any world, but still go to like a college based off on their like Pacific neighborhood. I don't know. I just like have like the coolest ideas in my head wrapped around university, because your boy's gonna be a senior in like 3 months from now in August, and I for one have a lot of opportunities like in my hands, in my inbox of like my Gmail, my live account. Like, it's literally insane on how many things I could do for as a job, and I personally love it, and it makes me happy. So that being said, I feel like that for this house, I'm going to do a freelancer programmer. I feel like it'd be kind of a cool idea. Start off, a good steady income, because programming can be a very interesting job when you hack the system, hack a trust fund, make apps or whatever, because the freelancer career actually came in a base game patch update a couple weeks ago. If you guys do not know, it's really, really cool, and I've been playing it off camera with my my lovely current household called the Freelancers, and they are so cool. There's a bit of a love triangle in there, but the one don't like the other two, and they don't even know it. Plus the one has a secret child with a different person, so that's a different subject. However, I personally think this will be fun to start, talking about life, and maybe do a Q&A in videos. Like, I want to do more videos that I haven't done before, like House Flipper. Like, let me just talk about that right now. It's The Sims, not House Flipper. I, for one, love that game so much. Like, it's literally like The Sims, but without, like, the sleeping, eating, getting a job and stuff like that. However, you have a job by renovating houses and selling them on the market for profit. But the cool thing about House Flipper is that there's going to be actually a new DLC called Garden Flipper, where you can start decorating your backyard and I believe your front yard too, and mow the lawn and make it more, you know, interesting and more exciting. And so I think this would be the perfect idea to literally bring back design and decorate, because if you guys not know, some of you are actually kind of new. But I had a series 2 years ago on my channel called Design and Decorate, where I only basically renovated, I also built and designed basically houses from my own brain and gave them storylines, but I also kind of gave it myself a budget based off a house that I wanted to build in The Sims or whatever. And it was so fun and so like cool because I got my creative juices flowing and it was just like above and beyond. And I think I want to bring that back when House Flipper comes out, because originally what I did is that I was going to build in like The Sims 1 through 4, but I was also going to build like, a cool, wacky roller coaster building Planet Coaster, and probably like in House Flipper or Minecraft. And I have all those games. And I was like, you know what? I want to keep it to my roots of The Sims, but this time I want to probably incorporate House Flipper, because it's a long process. It's a very cool and fun vibe that I think will be very interesting to try. And so I'm not sure when it's going to come back. I'll let you know on like Twitter and like my community tab when it comes back. But I want to do the same thing again, but try it differently, where I limit myself on packs. I have a budget this time. You guys can give me a list of requirements in the comments on what I should do for that said build, how it should be looking like, what's the budget, what's the price, what's the family looking like, single parent, single sim, a couple, a sim with 5 kids, who knows? And that's going to be a lot of fun for me, but also challenging. And I'm excited for it. Oh, I literally have not been this inspired since like last year. I think ever since when we got like, I believe it was like either seasons or was it like either seasons for cats and dogs, when I was like last since like really, really inspired to do something really cool with a build, because I've been like going to Sims camps for like the past like 4 years, and it literally blows my mind that I've been going for that many years, and it still my mind has not wrapped, like I haven't thought about that. Like it's like, how, why, why me? Like it still hasn't come to my senses. Like I haven't come to my senses yet where like I'm thinking, the Sims actually knows me. Like how little old me in this little corner in my bedroom, like just talking to a microphone and talking to you guys and like having fun about literally anything and everything. Like it blows my mind that the Sims knows me. My 4-year-old self is literally peeing his pants like crazy right now that the Sims knows me. Anyway, enough about that. Weird flex. I know, I'm sorry. But I just want to get that off my chest. Like I am forever grateful for the Sims, like for what they have like given me, for like an opportunity wise, and like getting to know other Simmers in the community and like test out new things early to provide content for you guys and give my honest feedback about things. And generally it's mostly positive, because half of the time I speak kind things about the Sims because I love the Sims and I usually like what they give us. Because the more content that they give us, the more chances I can be creative in a different way, but also like implement into my own builds and my storylines and see how I can like make it different from the original like version, if that makes any sense. And I have a lot of like I literally have so many mods that I want to update you guys on. So many storylines, so many different things, so many different houses. Like it's like this past year, ever since I've moved into this apartment 9 months ago, I have to say that I have, for one, been the most inconsistent person of life. And I apologize for that because your boy was busy all, just all semester, all for the past year in this apartment. Like, I feel like I'm out of my comfort zone where, like, I don't feel like myself. Like, when I first moved in here, I don't know if you could tell, but I felt like I wasn't myself. I didn't feel, like, comfortable in here. I didn't really feel like I could be, like, myself. But being myself, if that makes any sense. Like, I couldn't be, like, my loud self because technically, like, there's another person, but there's, like, also, like, a bunch of other people living around me in this apartment building. So, like, it's a little bit weird. And I don't really sleep that often, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now, and I talk very loud, and I talk a lot, and I talk very fast, and that's not a good thing for people who are trying to sleep at like 2 a.m. in the morning, where I'm like literally up talking out the literally of my lungs. So, luckily for me, I moved back home. By the time you're watching this, I'm already back at home. I moved back home last week, so you're probably watching this like in the distant like future, and it's like already past. So I'm back in my own vibe, my own room, my own office, my little L-shaped desk. Like, it's already good to go, and it's already fun. Like, I'm just talking right now. Like, literally, my room is like, it's great. Not here, back at home, because I had 2 rooms. 2 rooms, 2 closets, 2 dresses. Like, I have way too many clothes. It's a problem. Half the time, I don't buy my clothes. I literally do not buy my clothes. My parents buy me my clothes, but I get to choose what they are. Well, that's a lie. I don't get to choose what they are. Like, they know my pant size. They like know my shirt size too. They know what I like, kind of, and they just buy it for me. And I'm like, wait, what? I don't need these clothes. But then I also kind of do because I'm like forever growing, but I feel like I stopped growing. Like, I'm only 5'7" and I weigh like 135, and my weight does not fluctuate. Well, my weight fluctuates literally a lot, and I feel like I stopped growing. I am 23 years old, and I'm this short, tall. How would you describe that? Let me know in the comments below. How tall are you? Because I kind of want to know. Because I know my friend Sasha Vixella, she's like 5 foot. She told us. Like, I thought she was a lot taller. But then she told us in her video, when you see me in person, I'm literally 5 foot. So, didn't know that at all. Like, when I met these simmers that I literally looked up to, like Jen, Sasha, Kayla, Christina, Life Simmer, Andrew Kay, like, all these different people that I've literally been looking up to for years. And I got to meet them in person. Like, I always thought people were taller. I don't know why, even though they never showed their face, even though a couple people showed their face, but I, like, really didn't anticipate that. But, like, they're all pretty much, like, the same height as me. I'm a weirdo. I need to stop talking. It's, like, 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is a 21-minute long video. I had to cut some things out because it was, like, 4 hours of footage that I had to literally look at, cut out some stuff, and, edit, chop, and see what I could do. And for one, let me just say that I personally love rambling a lot, and you guys seem to love my rambling, and I'm like, hey, I could ramble for days. I could literally start a podcast if I wanted to, and just talk about whatever I wanted, but have structure. Like, there's a point in my life where I want to do so many different things, but I have to plan it all out. And the project that I'm working on is all planned out, ready to go, and I just gotta get some things approved and, stuff like that. And it's like, when I start on a project, like, if it's a build or a let's play or whatever, I have to have structure. Sometimes. Doesn't always work out that way, but hey, it's something, at least. But then I tend to, like, I literally plan out every single step, like, from start to finish. What's happening, when, how, all these different, like, my plan is always structured. And this might sound like literally insane right now, but when I was in 8th grade, right before I was supposed to, like, right before, I think 3 or 4 months before I graduated 8th grade, I was auditioning for show choir for my high school when I was, like, going to high school next year. I was auditioning for show choir, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool, like, so cool. And I thought to myself, if I got in, I need to plan out my entire life. And then I got in the next day. Well, I got in that day. Like, she literally, like, the show choir director at the time, like, she literally, I'm not even kidding, I auditioned, I sang a song and then I danced, and then she told me, like, I think a couple minutes afterwards, after she was like auditioning other people, she was like, "You're in." I'm like, "Oh, great, thanks." And I was like actually freaking out because I thought I would not get in, because like I've sung for like all my life since 6th grade, and I did not have a good, I wasn't the best dancer, but I could, do some hand-eye coordination and, get the steps down and learn them, practice them all the time until I got it right, and I got it right, and it was all good. And I got in. And then after the fact, the next day, I literally started planning out my entire life up until I graduated university, and I still have that plan. Like, the fact that I have written down all my goals and achievements that I wanted to achieve, it's insane. Like, I wrote down that I wanted to be in show choir for 4 years. I did all that for all 4 years, got that all done. I wanted to be in the top choir at my school, got that. I wanted to be a madrigals, did that. I also wanted to go to Juilliard. That didn't happen because my dream changed dramatically after high school, because I wanted to be a singer, changed that to graphic design, and I'm doing way better for myself. And I was like, I want to, like, at the time, I was like, I want to perform at Carnegie Hall. Luckily for me, I am not kidding. My senior year, we went to New York City. Like, we were supposed to go to, like, Louisiana to perform whatever at all, somewhere. But my choir director, bless her soul, I'm so happy that we did not go on a trip our junior year, because we were going to go somewhere different. But senior year was the latest time of my life, because I went to New York City, I performed at Carnegie Hall, and I was in both choirs. Like, it's like, the thing was, like, she had us, like, sing an all choir thing, and then we had the selected choir, which I was in. So, like, in total, there were, like, 20 songs I had to sing, and I'm like, my throat hurts. I want to die. But it was fine afterwards, and so, like, performed at Carnegie Hall. I got my playbill. I have a screenshot of the website. It was like the best time of my life. Felt very happy about that. And like, high school was like the best time I've ever lived. I got more opportunities than I ever thought I would be. Like, I performed at Disney. I performed at Carnegie Hall. I did all these different things. I'm like, I've flown to places that you probably couldn't. Well, I've only gone to the US. Like, show choir was my life. It kind of still is. I'm still kind of involved. But like, the thing is, it's like, we had to fundraise a lot of stuff, and I was like kind of like the top seller for like every single mostly for like Yankee candles and like selling candy, because your boy was like, sell, 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 take all these things, give me money. And they did, because I feel like I'm a natural born salesperson, where I can't sell literally anything, but I feel like I can sell certain things if I'm passionate about it enough. And Yankee candles, one year I sold over $1,000 worth of Yankee candles that paid literally for my entire show choir fee and New York trip, and that bill was high. When I looked at the price, I'm like, okay, that's a lot of money. So I worked my butt off to get things done. And I was in yearbook. I was in like my news club, like where we broadcast the news for our school. Did that, did yearbook, did show choir, did choir. I was in a lot of clubs in high school. Now in college, I wasn't like, the most proactive, even though I joined college activities. Basically, it's like your student government. Not really your student government. It was more like your, how would you call it? We basically planned activities for the entire college and did that for like 2 years. And that was a lot of work, and it was so much fun. And I'm still doing it now at my new college that I'm at for the next year. So it's like, I'll have 4 years of experience of event planning and marketing. Like, my life is crazy. I don't know. It's weird. I talked enough. It is 1:30 in the morning. I probably feel like that I've rambled way too much, but I probably haven't. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap up this voiceover right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what do you thought of this entire voiceover, because It probably made no sense, but I don't know if it did or not. And speaking, I want to tell you guys before I end, I actually have a build challenge going on right now. If you guys did not check out the video last week that I posted, I have a build challenge, a shell build challenge that you guys can go check out. The link will be down below in the description. Also my Twitter and my Twitch and all those other fun things as well. Either way, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments. As always, there's a base game only build house will be up on the gallery. My origin ID is SpringSims, and again I say, link down below. Everything's linked down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!